Near the end of 2019, I started work on a video about DE Tuscan. In that video, I mentioned the map DE CPL Mill. Recently, I was reading a very old Wikipedia page about Counter-Strike maps, and I came across a section about CPL. The Wikipedia page had a section underneath the list of bomb defusal maps that explained that CPL used 4 maps other than the main 5 competitive maps in their tournaments, and that these maps are often more balanced due to them being made with competition in mind. The 4 additional maps listed were DE CPL Mill, also known as Tuscan, DE CPL Strike, also known as Mirage, and 2 outliers, 2 maps that I had never heard of. One of which is DE CPL Overrun, the map that later became DE Engage, which was just revamped by a very talented mapper Catfood, who is also working with Brute on the Tuscan remake supposed to come out later this year. The other map is known as DE CPL Fire. DE CPL Fire was made by Christopher Audi, who also created Aztec, Vertigo, Mill, and Inferno, 2 of which are in the current CSGO active duty map pool, and all 4 of which have been played competitively in some version of the game. So yeah, he knows his way around a Counter-Strike map. This guy's resume in Counter-Strike is absolutely huge. Anyways, Fire as a map is actually really cool. I like how it feels to play, and while I've only played it against bots, the map feels whole, and I have to say, I actually really feel like this could be played at any level, and still be both entertaining and not too hard to figure out. When you look at how much love the rest of the CPL maps are getting, with Tuscan constantly being hyped with the community, Engage getting a beautiful facelift and being added to the game with Operation Broken Fang, and Mirage being the most played map in the game right now, I have to say, Fire deserves way more credit than it gets. Fire was ported to Global Offensive as a workshop map very soon after Global Offensive got workshop map support. The ported versions were mostly just direct ports of the source version since it wasn't very hard to port source maps to CSGO. One thing I adore about maps for CS Source is the eerie yet nostalgic ambient noises. There's something haunting and beautiful at the same time about running around a CS Source map in a server all by yourself. Anyways, Fire sports a very unique design. It is most similar to a 3-lane design in my opinion, but it has a lot of interesting and weird alterations to the traditional 3-lane setup. For one thing, the middle section of the map is very unique. Unlike most other middle sections that can be dominated by an AWP very easily, I feel like this lends a lot of ability for people to rifle, specifically on the T side. In 2015, Fire was remade in Global Offensive by a mapmaker named Moo. He took a lot of creative liberties with this map and really did a proper makeover of the map, both in appearance and layout. Previously, people had written off Fire as a CSGO map because they thought that Molotovs, as well as a lack of CS 1.6 wallbangs, would really mess up the gameplay, but this remake really seems to have changed that due to widened corridors and a few other unique additions, like this ladder drop into B short and this box to allow you to go back up through mid. To be honest, I like this version of the map better than the original when in the context of CSGO. I think that Moo did a good job staying faithful to the map just enough while also introducing new ideas. I for one think this is the perfect type of thing to do when trying to port an old CS Source or 1.6 map to Go, and I hope Catfood and Brute take similar liberties with their new DE Tuscan map. On the other hand, his remake is of course flawed in some ways. There are some boosts, specifically onto boxes and CT spawn and A-long respectively, that I think in real gameplay would be a little too powerful. I also think that the ability to walk on this ledge is unintended, as it allows a CT sniper to see all the way down long and be able to get back to sight in a very short amount of time. I think the point of this box was to prevent that, but the ledge circumvents the box entirely. All in all, DE CPL Fire should not have fallen by the wayside as it did, and I think it demands just as much, if not more attention than its fellow CPL maps have gotten. I really like this map if you can't tell. I hope that some talented map maker would take Fire under their wing in a similar way to how FMPone took Cash and how Catfood took Engage. The workshop link to the CSS port of the map, as well as Moo's improved version of it, are in the description of this video. Please give this map a try, I promise you will not regret your time, and if you like this video, please remember to subscribe to my channel for more videos like it. Thank you.